My project, I chose to do it on J. Cole, and the legacy that he's going to leave behind for other rappers in the industry, and the legacy that people have left behind for him to follow. So Jermaine Lamar Cole, most commonly known as J. Cole, has had quite the career in the 21st century with his musical talent and rap, topping many other artists in his genre. J. Cole was born in Germany in 1985, but he was raised in North Carolina. His father served as an African American soldier in Germany, but when he left his mother, she decided to bring her two sons back to the States. Cole grew up in an unsteady environment of a trailer park, and his mom worked tirelessly to provide for her family, but it was always a constant struggle. He moved his life into a house with his new stepfather, but right before college, his mother and stepfather split up, and he was forced out of the house. To add to J. Cole's problems, his stepfather was very abusive to his brother, and he was not as abusive to him, but uh, that kind of added to his rough upbringing, and his mother became a drug addict. Musically, Cole began his career as a violinist, but he soon began to teach himself how to rap. He called himself Blaza at first and then Therapist, but ultimately it was the name J. Cole that stuck. J. Cole attended St. John's University in New York and graduated in 2007. While he was there, he had to work multiple part time jobs just to um, keep the money coming in for himself to support himself. He released his first self produced album the same year in 2007, and he grabbed the attention of Jay Z. And at first, Jay Z kind of blew him off when he introduced himself to him. But once he heard J. Cole's music, um, he offered J. Cole a job with Rock Nation. And he also got some guest appearances on some of Jay Z's tracks. One of the most significant attributes of Cole's songs are that they always tell a story and they rarely attack other rappers or people. And that is one of the things that I like most about J. Cole's music is that while you're listening to his music and it sounds good, it also tells a story and it has a deeper meaning than just uh, the musical instruments itself. Some highlights from J. Cole's career include his albums 2014 Forest Hills Drive and For Your Eyes Only, which both earned the number one spot on the Billboard 200 almost exactly 2 years apart. His album KOD also made the top 200 in 2018, and J. Cole became the first artist to debut three simultaneous singles on the Billboard Hot 100. J. Cole began his own record label called Dreamville Records, where he gets up and coming rappers to feature on tracks. Dreamville released the albums Revenge of the Dreamers 2 in 2015, and the more recent Revenge of the Dreamers 3 in 2019. Um, and with that album, Dreamville really blew up. And to my knowledge, I didn't know that J. Cole actually created Dreamville. I thought it was just a bunch of different people coming together to make an album, but turns out he was the head horse in the whole record label. And Dreamville is basically a group that Cole put together that he invites to come in and the studio and work on music together for up and coming musicians, and it's really cool to see them all get together and work on music, which is something they all love. So getting into the first song I did, I chose Cole World from his album Cole World: The Sideline Story in 2011. Um, and this song I hadn't really I've been a J. Cole fan, but I haven't really studied his music or anything. Like there are a few songs here or there that I liked, and this one I actually hadn't heard before this, and I actually really like it now. He raps about finding inspiration, which likely that was a reference to Tupac and Jay Z, to make his own music and share it with the world. Uh, he emphasizes in the song that he's finally made it, and he compares and contrasts his life before and after the music industry accepted him. His lyrics, I think it's safe to say we're out of here, demonstrate that he has created a completely new life for himself and he's finally over the struggle of a rough adolescent life. Leading into the chorus, he also plays on his last name, Cole. Some of the lyrics say Cole World, Cole Life, Cold Blooded, to show how cold the world is and how his cold blood is what gave him the strength to persevere through hard times. The instrumentation consists of a keyboard, claps from a computer, and a bass. Most of his music, I found, since it's more modern, is most of it's more technologically advanced and it's all kind of done through a computer. So it's kind of hard to see the instruments that are in his music. But for me, I'm not a huge music guy, but I've kind of messed around on FL Studio before, and it seems like um, that's what a lot of the big name guys use. So kind of making their own music from electronic instruments provided through a software like that is what I assume is what's in the song right now, or in this song, and many other of his songs. The melody and rhythm of the song are the definition of a song that would get a group of friends singing and dancing together in the car. That's the first thing I thought of when I started listening to this song. And similar to most of his music, he tells a story through his lyrics, but he mixes it so well with the instrumentation. Um, that if a listener wasn't paying attention to the lyrics, they would still be drawn to the music. So going on to the second song, I chose "Crooked Smile," featuring TLC in his album "Born Sinner" 2013. This one's kind of different than a lot of his other songs because, well, his rap still tells a story or a metaphor per se, but um, the chorus is a little different. It's not him rapping. It's TLC singing and being all upbeat and happy, and it's not really reminiscing on the bad days and like showing how he made it. It's This song is more about him um, preaching to love yourself and to be confident in yourself, and even if you have a crooked smile, which is the name of the song, love yourself for it. It's you. Like be you, be who you are all the time. Um, some of the lyrics in this song, he says, "I keep my twisted grill just to show the kids it's real." Um, and he kind of takes this from Eminem, how Eminem's really famous for kind of loosely rhyming his lyrics. That's what J. Cole has implemented in some of his music, including this song. The instrumentation of the song is more authentic here, with like a real guitar, real drums. It sounds like a trumpet and violin in the background. But then there's obviously the electronic stuff like the keyboard and clapping beat in the background. The humming at the end sounds like a choir, and TLC's chorus makes the song more appealing to music fans who may not be into rap. This shows that he's trying to reach out to a broader audience with a groove and melody that's a little catchier than simple rap beats. However, his storytelling and his lyrics still stay true to himself. Um, Rather than rapping about his struggles growing up, he preaches about confidence and self love in the song, and that's why I chose to pick this one. Next, we have "A Tale of Two Cities" um, in his album 2014 "Forest Hills Drive," and this is one of my favorite songs, and kind of the reason why I chose to pick J. Cole because I like the song so much. But it basically this is what I mean by when he tells a story. It starts off with him as a kid dreaming about a white picket fence and a better life and all these things, but then later that night he's on the streets and one of his friends gets robbed, or he sees somebody get robbed of his watch and then he's shot. And what makes the song so cool is that it's relatable to so many people, not me per se, but so many people. And um, there's actually a gunshot, not a gunshot, but there's the sound of a gun getting cocked back right before the chorus starts, and it um, makes it very interesting. And just the way it's more of it's more of a poem than a rap, I would say. The instrumentation is all electronic again. It's really repetitive with bells chiming. It's basically just a guideline for him to rap to. The next song is Deja Vu from the album For Your Eyes Only in 2016. And this song is it's probably the least favorite that I picked, but it's about both wanting a girl and wanting more from life. And he sees this girl in a strip club, and he the first thing he notices is, wow, she's beautiful. But then as she approaches him, he says he wants to actually like talk to her, have a meaningful conversation, give he wants her phone number to actually talk to her. And most guys don't do that. Most girls don't look at her like that. She's just an image at a place like for guys to look at and use. And he kind of explains through this rap that he knows there's something better for her out there. And the song's called Deja Vu because he's seen so many people in similar shoes before. And it was just kind of cool to all electronic, and there's nothing really special about it. It's just a rap beat for them to rap their lyrics to. But um, J. Cole's telling another story, another different, interesting story in this one. Next, I have KOD from the album KOD in 2018. KOD actually stands for King of Drugs, and J. Cole in this album, he kind of his whole album is a continuation of a story about drugs and how they negatively impact society and all the things that they all the bad things that they cause in the world. And this probably came from his mother's drug addiction and his own personal experience dealing with his mom and trying to help her, and um, growing up in the rough lifestyle that he was at. And now he can finally portray his message to the rest of the world. um, but he kind of takes the perspective of a drug dealer, and he's in this song. He is the drug dealer, and he's bragging about all this money he has, all these drugs he has, all this stuff that he has, all the power. His lyrics say, "Power, greed, money, Molly, weed, perks, Xannies, lean, fame, and the strongest drug of them all, love." And that's how the song ends. Those are the lyrics that end the song. Um, drugs, and the album cover actually depicts him in a crown, um, with a bunch of children doing drugs below him. And it's kind of scary, but it goes with it supports his message saying that drugs are bad, and it's crazy that things are going on like this in the streets. The last song I have is Under the Sun, this song is really popular last year when it first came out, and it really put Dreamville on the map, which is cool for J. Cole because it's his own record label and his own group of artists put together. And the success that they had and they're continuing to have is really cool to see. But there wasn't really a clear message. Like the message wasn't really important in the song. It was more about getting this group of up and coming rappers to get in the studio together and just have fun making music, making unique music in a unique way. Getting together all these people, and this is kind of the transition from who influenced J. Cole to who J. Cole is influencing right now and who he's going to influence. And going into my conclusion, um, although J. Cole was influenced by Tupac, Jay Z, Eminem, people like Andre 3000, Nas, Michael Jackson, even. He's also on the road with all his music like this, all his storytelling abilities, all of this stuff. He's going on to influence other people every day through every song, through every album. And doing this project really it opened my eyes to how influential musicians really are and how they affect the rest of the music industry. And it's just really cool to see someone like J. Cole, who I've been a fan of for a long time, how I was able to dig deeper and see what his life was actually like and how it's demonstrated through all his songs and all of his albums. Um, and that is my presentation. Thank you.